At the end of the day, there is no reason your DNA, there's no reason your DNA should be anywhere inside her underwear. Period.
Because there is no way that DNA would come back to me. Period.
This is 33-year-old Johnathan Quiles, the prime suspect in the most brutal crime detectives had ever investigated. On December 19, 2018, Iyana Sawyer left school like any other day, but she never made it home. Her mother desperately called 911, but she had no idea that by then, Iyana had already been brutally murdered, chopped up, and dumped in a landfill. Worst of all, the perpetrator was no outsider, but someone from her own family.
Question for you, Johnathan. Are you a monster? Are you a monster?
In today's episode, we delve into the heartbreaking case of Iyana Sawyer, a bright and dedicated young girl whose life was tragically cut short by the very person she loved and trusted most. Be warned, this case reveals gruesome, sadistic details that could leave even the toughest person shaken and disgusted. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated on our latest true crime stories. Iyana Sawyer was a 16-year-old sophomore at Terry Parker High School. She was born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida, surrounded by a large, loving family. She was known for her academic excellence and vibrant personality. Iyana had high aspirations. She dreamed of becoming a pediatrician or a lawyer, careers that suited her caring nature and persuasive skills. But despite a future full of promise, fate had other plans for her. December 19, 2018 marked a dark turning point for Iyana Sawyer and her family. When she didn't come home as expected, her mother called her repeatedly but got no response. She then asked around, but no one knew where Iyana was. She wasn't at school, work, or with friends. As hours passed, Iyana's mother grew increasingly worried. It was unusual for Iyana to disappear without telling anyone. When evening came and Iyana still hadn't returned, her mother contacted the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office to report her missing.
To be clear, do you think it's foul play?
Ma'am, I have no idea. This is just not like, this is out of character for her.
No.
And for me to call you wrong, something's wrong.
Okay.
Something is definitely wrong.
After this 911 call, authorities quickly launched an investigation. Initially, they treated it as a standard missing persons case. They began by interviewing Iyana's family and friends, piecing together her last known movements. Detectives soon discovered that Iyana had left school in the middle of the day, something highly unusual since she had never skipped class before. Security cameras around the school had no clear footage showing where she went afterward. With no immediate answers, detectives turned their focus to her phone records and social media activity. They also found Iyana's personal journal, where she wrote down her thoughts and emotions nearly every day. Through Iyana's personal journal and digital communications, detectives uncovered shocking evidence that took the investigation in an unimaginable direction. Iyana was 5 months pregnant when she went missing. In her journal, she had written about her love for a man named Jose and her desire to run away with him. Investigators believed Jose was the father of her baby and considered him a key person of interest in her disappearance. This revelation turned the case from a routine missing person search into something far more sinister. During an interview with Iyana's sister, Sumaya, they learned that Jose was actually their own uncle, Johnathan Quiles. Johnathan Quiles was a 38-year-old man working at a junkyard called Ace Pick-A-Part in Jacksonville, Florida. He was married to Iyana Sawyer's aunt, making him her uncle by marriage. Quiles led a quiet life, and his relationship with Iyana's family seemed typical for someone in his position. He was involved but not a central figure in their day-to-day lives. However, after Iyana's disappearance, all evidence pointed back to him. Several family members came forward, including his own brother, revealing that Quiles had an inappropriate relationship with Iyana. Despite this, Johnathan Quiles fiercely denied all the accusations. At the start of the interrogation, Johnathan Quiles appeared confident and cooperative. He offered lengthy responses with detailed explanations. When asked about the accusations of inappropriate behavior with Iyana and Samaya, he acknowledged the claims but denied any wrongdoing.
I've been accused many times by the older siblings, well, the sisters and stuff, that I've been inappropriate with Iyana and Maya.
And how would they think what would they think is inappropriate?
Well, let's say this: the first time that it was brought to anybody's attention, they didn't hear it directly from them. I heard it from like a sister, Margie, and she mentioned that that they think that I was the reason that Iyana was turned out because she got caught in, having sex with a guy that was over 21 across the street.
Johnathan explained that the accusations started after Iyana got into trouble for having an illicit affair with an older man. Johnathan claimed that Iyana was involved with an older man who lived across the street, not with him. To strengthen his claim, he suggests that the ongoing family drama was behind the accusations. He once confronted his in-laws for picking on his sick, pregnant wife, and as a result, they now resent him.
From that point on, it's been just rocky roads with me and the sisters. Jametta started. I think Johnathan has been inappropriate with Maya and Iyana. Now they question them girls separately, together, and it's been nope. He's never been inappropriate with me. And it's I don't have nothing to hide. I got kids older than them.
Right.
Johnathan Quiles denied any wrongdoing, insisting he never crossed boundaries with the girls. They were questioned multiple times and described him as a father figure, denying any inappropriate behavior. However, as the investigation dug deeper into their relationship with Quiles, the claims he made were in stark contrast to the truth of what had actually happened.
The
So
majority
you talked to
of
them
it.
on the phone?
Yeah, I talked to them.
You talked to them. What do you? So what did you use? Facebook?
No.
Instagram,
Iyana Snapchat. Iyana showed me
Okay.
about Snapchat.
Okay.
I didn't know nothing about Snapchat. I didn't even
You
know
gotta
what the
get with the
hell.
times. I know that's their language.
So, that's what she showed me how to do, and then something about score streaks. So you send pictures in the morning, and then in the afternoon or whatever, as much pictures as you can send, like selfies or whatever, or even the sky, whatever.
Right.
You get like a certain score streaks or whatever. I still don't understand that too well, but that's what we normally communicated through.
Right.
And the reason why is because it kind of sounds like incriminating now, but it's because the message is delete.
Johnathan Quiles casually mentioned that he was texting underage girls through Snapchat and thought it was normal. However, to the detectives, this was a major red flag. He even explained that Iyana had shown him how to use Snapchat because the messages would delete automatically later. When detectives asked what he talked about with the girls on Snapchat, he kept up his act as a caring uncle.
And there's a lot of things that they come tell me about their moms, and that, about just their everyday struggles being in home, because they never wanted to be home. And that was just something that they didn't want their mom, because it's happened before, and I'm pretty sure that's how it happened with the guy across the street, that she done went through her text messages and saw all this here stuff that they were talking about. And also prior to that, she had was talking to one of her friends about their living situation, and her mom just went smack the hell off on her,
Johnathan Quiles then proceeded to portray Iyana's home as unstable, claiming her father was rarely present and her mother cared only about her new boyfriend, not her kids. He desperately tried to convince the detectives that he was a good guy, but he didn't realize they weren't interested in his version of events. The detectives believed Johnathan Quiles was behind Iyana's disappearance, and they had solid evidence to prove it. The ultimate goal of this interrogation was to make him confess and reveal what they still didn't know: where Iyana's remains were. As the interrogation continued, the detectives gradually revealed what they knew: slowly cornering Quiles in an effort to make him talk.
Let me tell you how I got involved with this case, because if that were the case, I wouldn't be involved.
Absolutely.
Right? Because that sounds like a non-starter. Right?
Correct.
So I get involved with the case when they're doing a missing persons report, right? For Iyana, is it? Iyana. And so while doing that, they were looking on her computer.
Correct.
And so they're finding stuff on the computer that she's authoring that's implying a sexual relationship with you. Almost like a love affair.
The first bombshell the detectives dropped was the 4-page letter Iyana had written before going missing. In the letter, Iyana mentioned a man named Jose, whom she claimed to be in love with and carrying his child.
But Samaya is also mentioned in there as well.
Correct.
So that's how I met with Samaya. So what do you think Samaya would tell me if I asked her about those 4 pages?
Well, for what I was made aware of, Samaya was agreeing that the Jose character was me.
Correct.
And she's mentioned that was me, and like I explained to my wife, and I also got a text message from, I'm thinking it was Samaya, but my niece doesn't talk like that, through the text message. Like I mentioned to the person, that whoever was text messaging me, I said, Maya, what the hell, pretty much what's going on? Because at first, I have a daughter named Maya. At first, and the message started like, are you mad at me?
It was Iyana's mother who discovered the letter and asked her younger daughter, Samaya, about this Jose. That's when the dark family secrets began to come to light. Jose was Johnathan Quiles, a fact confirmed by Iyana's letter and Samaya's direct statements to the detective. Despite this overwhelming evidence, Johnathan Quiles refused to admit he was Jose.
And then I said, "Hey, baby, how you doing? This, how's your summer vacation? Your Christmas vacation and stuff like that. Why would I be mad at you?" And then she put, "Because I told." And I'm like, hold on. Who is this? Is this my daughter or this is my niece?
Right.
And she mentioned this is my niece. This is your niece Maya. And I said, hold on, baby. I can't talk to you. You got these people thinking that I'm some monster. I'm a monster over here.
Quiles dismissed Samaya's accusations as lies, portraying himself as a victim. He shifted blame to family drama, claiming she fabricated stories to avoid trouble. He alleged she had lied about a past relationship and even accused a cousin of molestation for attention. He argues that there is a pattern where Iyana would get in trouble, and Samaya would make accusations to shift attention away. He suggested that being called Mr. Jose was just another lie from Samaya to protect herself and her sister from getting in trouble.
You know why Samaya would tell me that you had sex with her?
I have no idea. No.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Because she's saying that you had sex with her and that she did not want to have sex with you.
That is absolutely absurd. No. I've never, ever got out of line with the girls, never got inappropriate with the girls. If anything, I've always been trying to educate them on these stupid boys that's out here, that's all about, because Maya really, her self-esteem is this big. And if you know anything about younger girls and self-esteem, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Every time I tell her how pretty, how beautiful she is, I let her know that, listen, you keep your head strong. I only have ever just been, you need to keep your head up. You're straight A student. You're gorgeous. You don't need to settle for, nonsense. And that's all it's been. I've never, ever got out of line with this girl. Ever.
Once again, Johnathan tried to paint himself as a caring uncle who stayed close with the girls and only used Snapchat to check in and offer advice. But beneath that act, he was grooming and manipulating them. Back in 2017, when the sisters moved into the Quiles household to help care for their newborn cousin, Johnathan saw his opportunity. At the time, he had a broken femur, and his wife was seriously ill, leaving both adults unable to manage everything on their own. That's when 16-year-old Iyana stepped in to babysit. What started as an innocent responsibility soon became something far more disturbing. With his wife sick and distracted and Iyana's parents absent, Johnathan took advantage of the situation. He preyed on the girls' vulnerabilities, using their trust to feed his twisted desires. At this point of the interrogation, Johnathan Quiles seemed confident that the police couldn't charge him with anything. He believed the accusation from other family members wasn't strong enough to imprison him, especially since Iyana's body had not yet been found. However, what the detectives revealed next would make his blood run cold.
So there would be no reason to have any of your DNA.
Nope. Nope, not at all.
So neither girl would have your DNA.
Nope.
So if I were to tell you that I found some underwear that had your DNA in it, how would you explain that?
I would say that there's no way in shape in any form.
Okay.
It was baffling that even when detectives revealed they had DNA evidence, Johnathan Quiles remained unfazed and denied any wrongdoing.
There's no doubt that you're a good guy. I've no doubt you tried to be a father figure. I've no doubt you tried to be a positive influence on those girls. No doubt in my mind, okay? No doubt at all. But I also know there's a reason why your DNA came back to Samaya's kit, okay?
That wasn't my DNA. That I didn't.
100%.
No way.
It's DNA. Yeah.
I'm not saying you're a monster. I don't think you're a monster at all, okay? I think maybe they came on to you and things went a little too far. It happens all the time. Okay, did you know the age of consent in Florida is 16?
Yeah.
Were you aware of that?
No. Not at all.
The detectives played their cards carefully, pretending to see Johnathan as a good guy in hopes of breaking through his defenses and getting a confession. But they didn't let up. They pressed him about the garbage truck they believed had carried Iyana's body.
Did you know that truck number 7 picked up the rollaway garbage on December 20th from the landfill?
I don't know what truck number. What are you talking about?
Earlier in the investigation, detectives tracked truck number 7 from the Ace Pick-Apart Salvage Yard where Johnathan Quiles worked to the Otis Road landfill. There they discovered a bag containing Iyana's belongings, some stained with blood. Among them was her Victoria's Secret underwear, which was confirmed to contain her DNA. And, despite working at the landfill himself, Quiles insists he has no idea where the truck went. Johnathan's cold indifference was unsettling, and the detectives were losing their patience. Determined to get closure for the Sawyer family, they prepared to deliver their final, most damning evidence.
So, can you tell me why the brother that has your back would make a phone call and tell us in such great detail, how she must have been suffering?
Everything he's told us is lining up. Your job's cooperating. They're pulling all the video.
Yeah.
They've got the cadaver dog back there in the back where the old cars are. Yeah. Okay. We tracked down the dumpster. Mm-hmm. Who picked it up. Confirmed that it was picked up on the same day. Just like you told them.
What? Like I told who? My brother?
Your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Before this interrogation, Johnathan Quiles' brother went to the police and revealed everything Quiles had confessed to him, including why he killed Iyana, the details of the murder, and how he disposed of her body. Johnathan Quiles never expected his own brother to betray him. But unlike Johnathan, his brother had a conscience. He couldn't live with the terrible truth and just stay silent about it, so then he picked up the phone and exposed Quiles' gruesome crime to the authorities.
I don't know what he told you.
He told us.
He told us the truth.
No.
He told us you tried choking her.
No.
Listen to me. Look at me, hon. It's a very personal thing.
Yeah.
To choke someone. And he said that it was making you sick.
No.
And it was making you sick looking at her face, probably listening to her. She was probably begging you, gurgling.
Panicked.
I'm so sorry, guys.
And he said that
This is
you
not...
got really upset, and then you ended up shooting her.
No.
When Iyana Sawyer revealed she was pregnant in late 2018, Johnathan Quiles feared that his inappropriate relationship with the sisters would be exposed. To protect himself, he devised a vicious plan to silence Iyana forever. On December 19, 2018, he lured her to Ace Pick-A-Part, the auto salvage yard where he worked. Iyana followed him blindly, believing his promise that they would run away together and start a new life. But once they were alone, he tried to strangle her. When that failed, Quiles shot her in the chest, ending her life without remorse. He disposed of her body by dismembering her remains and placing the pieces in a dumpster at the junkyard where he worked. The dumpster was later transported to the Otis Road landfill. Following this discovery, authorities launched an extensive 16-day search for Iyana's remains. Despite their efforts, investigators were unable to recover her body. However, they did find crucial evidence, including Victoria's Secret underwear containing Quiles's DNA and textbooks from Terry Parker High School, which were linked to Iyana. Although Iyana's body was never recovered, the forensic evidence and family testimonies helped detectives build a strong case against Johnathan Quiles. He may have gotten away with his murder if only he had kept his mouth shut, but his confession to his brother sealed his fate.
We know. It's over. This is done. This is totally over.
No way this could happen. This happens every day.
Yeah.
You can sit there
They were
and sit
questioning
there
you.
and go over this 1,000 times and keep saying no, no, no. But we know.
The DNA doesn't lie.
We know this happened. Okay? Your brother had too many details.
No way.
Listen,
There's no way, man. I'm telling you. You guys...
we don't even know your brother. He found us. Are you kidding? He's calling us with details. You tried to choke her, and she wasn't dying right, and it was making you sick. Looking at her.
That is crazy.
Even after learning that his own brother had confessed everything to the police, Johnathan refused to admit his crime. Instead, he dismissed his brother as unreliable, claiming their conversation had been misunderstood. He sat there, pretending he could outsmart the detectives and escape the inevitable. But they were done playing his game.
You talked about Samaya making you out to be a monster. Question for you, Jonathan. Are you a monster? Are you a monster?
Not at all.
Look at her face.
I could look at her face.
They need closure.
I'm not a monster. I had nothing to do with her disappearance. I had nothing to do with her disappearance at all.
So the whole family's off. Samaya's a liar. Your brother who loves you is just crazy. Right? Everyone's just circling Jonathan.
Until the very end of the interrogation, Johnathan stubbornly denied his crime. However, along with Iyana's belongings, detectives later found the 9mm handgun used in the crime in Jonathan's truck, further strengthening the connection between him and Iyana's murder. Confession or not, it didn't matter anymore. They had more than enough to take him to court and make sure he paid for what he did.
Jonathan, is there anything else you'd like to say?
There's nothing else I'd like to say.
Okay. All right. Because I just want to give you every opportunity. If you don't have anything else you want to share or come clean with, then at this point I'm going to place you under arrest for sexual battery. It's a first-degree felony. And that is in regards to Samaya Sawyer. Okay? So if you'll stand up and turn around and face the wall, place your hands behind your back. That's okay. Face to face.
Put them like they're praying.
Yeah,
like you're praying.
just like that.
The court trial of Johnathan Quiles began on September 14, 2023, marking a pivotal moment in the pursuit of justice for Iyana Sawyer. The proceedings were intense and emotional as the families of the victims filled the courtroom, offering heart-wrenching testimonies that revealed the profound emotional scars left by Quiles' crimes. The first witness, Samaya, Iyana's sister, shared disturbing details of what she had witnessed between Johnathan Quiles and Iyana. She described seeing Quiles engage in inappropriate behavior, including kissing Iyana's neck and lips and groping her in various areas. One time, when she was sleeping on the couch, she heard sounds of an inappropriate encounter between Quiles and Iyana. Sumaya further revealed that Quiles had instructed them not to save Snapchat messages, and out of fear, they never reported the abuse. Alongside her, Iyana's grandmother and Quiles' ex-wife also testified. They exposed the disturbing nature of his relationship with Iyana and strengthened the case against him. To ensure Johnathan Quiles was held accountable for Iyana's murder, detectives had inmates talk to him at the detention facility. One inmate, secretly wearing a wire, recorded Quiles making a shocking confession. He admitted to killing Iyana, claiming he had no choice but to take her life. These incriminating statements were crucial pieces of evidence presented in court, strengthening the prosecution's case. After less than an hour of deliberation, the jury reached a verdict on September 21, 2023. Quiles was found guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder and battery. This conviction was a significant victory for Iyana's family, bringing them one step closer to justice. On October 2, 2023, Quiles was sentenced to 3 consecutive life terms in prison, without the possibility of parole. He was also classified as a sexual predator, ensuring that his violent crimes would be documented and any future actions closely monitored. With Johnathan Quiles spending the rest of his life behind bars, justice finally served. And though the court's decision could not bring back Iyana's life, it provided a sense of closure to those affected by her tragic loss. That brings us to the end of today's episode. What are your thoughts on this heartbreaking case? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more true crime stories. Until next time, stay safe.